Good morning. Nice to see you.
As I'm telling this, it obviously sounds ridiculous, right? Like, you know your dad to be this person, and your mom is telling you all this stuff. Like, why can't you just say, Mom, you're full of it? A child's brain doesn't operate that way. Children are very, very, very malleable, and the really sad thing is, it is not that hard to brainwash a kid. It's not that hard. Kids will believe all kinds of things, and they're very, very, very malleable. I mean, it's easy to get kids to believe in Santa Claus or all kinds of things. Absolutely. And as a child, all you know is that you have a mom and you have a dad, and you love them both, and you trust them both. But your mom is telling you one thing, and your
from Ireland. Hello to Ireland.
Else, and your brain is just trying to make sense of all of this.
Every day, my children are facing this abusive woman, already proven to have abducted, already have proven to have lied about the most disgusting lie. How can a woman say she's been raped? How can a poor woman who has been raped look this woman in the eye?
If the sound is working or it's not working.
My children are controlled.
The phone's not the best.
By this woman and her mother. Every single crime I'm supposed to have committed has come out the mouth of this.
Sorry, I turned it down. Good morning. A bit too warm. So it's Christmas for my son and daughter in Poland, the 24th. They get to open some presents today, see their family. But they don't get to see their family. They don't get to see half of who they are. Not any of their uncles, not their granny, and not their father. And it's all by design. It's all by design. I've heard about the sickening behaviour of some men attacking and abusing women. But I've heard on the mainstream, men are married to women are sexually assaulting them, drugging them, abusing them. And the strong women are waiving their anonymity. Because they're heroes. No. These little boys attacking women are predators. The reason these stories are on the mainstream is for a good reason. We want to kill off fathers. Fathers are the stronghold of any family. And we don't have time for children to feel welcome, secure, safe, wanted, loved, cared for, respected. We have none of that for children. Now the family she has in Poland, that's the family that send disappearing messages to grannies so they can't share pictures of their grandchildren. But this Christmas we have to send love and respect to those beasts. Because it's only sinners that can actually make up or repent. It's just that I'm done with this. I can't take any more. I can't take any more of never seeing my children. I can't take any more of being left on the outside, the fringes, as far as not being allowed to work. I need some help. I need help. My kids need help. I know a lot of you have tried to say that I need help over the last few years. That's true, because I'm pretty useless. But my kids deserve to know I'm useless. You know, my children deserve... If I am the most useless, corrupt, hateful person, my kids deserve the right to figure that out for themselves and say, that's what my dad is, not what my mother says. You're right, Joe. They want to break the family unit. Yeah, it's called family violence. We fund the family violence. This is something that all feminist charities, because you don't get female charities and you don't get male charities. You only have feminist, or you only have men's groups for something that's not men. Merry Christmas, everyone. Well done, Alistair McEwen. You're keeping the attitude up in the comment section. That's very nice of you. And what's that? Lots of people saying hi. I don't know if there's any wise words going to pour out my mouth. I've failed. I mean, for everything I've told you through my life, for not being allowed to work, for the businesses that I've built, for all the money that I've made, for the mortgages and houses that I've bought, for everything I've ever had in my life, for the children that I really wanted to have in my life and waited to have children with a woman I loved, I've failed at every single thing I've done. I've lost every single thing I've done. Every member of my family hates me, and this is Christmas time. I have to sneak in with my mum for an hour to be able to see her, so no one else feels bad. Because if they see my face, they might think of my kids and they've never helped and they will feel terrible. I thanks very much for saying I've not failed. I do, inside I tell myself I've not failed, there's nothing else I could have done. Everything I have done has led me to this point, and I've got no idea what's coming next or how successful things might be, but I don't see success as something that can happen when we still abuse children and family, brothers, mothers, fathers, aunties, uncles. They hide their face and assist the abuser because she's a woman, because she's a feminist. It's never to do with being a nice woman, because I know if my children were running around down here and at any point we found it coming close to Christmas Day, I would say, do you want to speak to your babchin? Do you want to speak to your mother? No matter how violent and hateful, because if you ever look at my children speak about their mum when they're with me, they're frightened of her. But when they're with her, there's nothing I can do. This woman can come and take them from any location and she'll be assisted in their abduction, she'll be assisted in their abuse. Because it seems to be that any violent, fanatical feminist will be funded. Your own family will turn their eyes, will turn away, and they'll never contact your children or you because you're nothing to them. And that's the sick thing. By the sound of things, you've tried your best, mate. I could try my best all day long and I'd still fail. The system is fixed so you fail if you're a father. If you're a raging little parasitic woman beater that prefers men and don't have anything between your legs, and you're a little boy lover, you'll be funded. You'll be funded. Like all of these people standing in these religious buildings. They don't care about you or your family. They care about you going back. They care about getting money from you. They care about getting your energy and time and effort, and they want you to pour it into their religion, which is a business. It's nothing to do with anything we think or what we're sold. You may as well think Santa Claus is Jesus. At this point right now, children are suffering because women are funded to abuse them. Families turning their back on one another, and this is Christmas. Family has their back turned. It's Christmas time. Stop the boats. Now, when I'm walking around my local town, I'm seeing Asian people, African people, Indian people, and all of them are working for our old age pensioners, but they're not working for them, they're working to destroy and get rid of them. Now, during COVID, we know that we were simply poisoning and killing off our old age pensioners. Even if they weren't sick at all, we were poisoning them and killing them. Now, we're doing that with children, and we're doing it through feminist hate groups like Women's Aid. We're doing it with women willing to do anything to achieve what it is they want in life, and that achievement might be to have the next boyfriend, the next new dress, the next designer handbag, the next new fragrance, but it's nothing to do with the safety of children. And my kids are left in that position with this violent woman and her super violent mother. Now, you need to know I used to go and visit her brother called Pavel. Pavel was a good friend of mine. Before he started to attack me, he's 6'5", maybe 23 stone. I'm half of that in weight. And her brother was locked in a mental hospital and he was chained to a bed. And I was threatened by her mother not to go and visit him. And it hurts me to think that they might be capable of doing that to my son and daughter. Her mother sold her children out to this pharmaceutical poisoning agency, which will never tell you the truth about what's in these vaccines and never care about the safety of your children. Messy but worthy food. Convenience. Convenience is what's going to kill you this Christmas and New Year. Convenience and comfort is what's taking you down right now. And they know convenience is going to take you. It's killing you with kindness. No, it's not. With your pork-filled stuffed pecorino sausage, honey-glazed ham. This whole Marks and Spencer's chat has brought the most poisonous food, pre-packaged, pre-wrapped, pre-cooked, all cooked in oils that can kill you. And that's going to be your fancy Christmas. Pre-packaged, pre-cooked food. Because we're so convenient and filled with laziness that children suffer. They suffer in places like Poland, and we know these pigs are fascists. We know that children are being abused in Poland. We know that. We know that paedophiles are being protected in Poland. But it happens in the UK as well. We fund them in the UK. Our government are thieves, liars and paedophiles. That is the best thing I could say about all our government, thieves, liars and paedophiles. So what is it Joe wants? I want a famous Christmas dinner. Do I want my family get together? Do I want my daddy raised from the dead so I can give him a hug and say, I miss you so much. I'm sorry your granddaughter never got to see you because some boot said I was lying that you had cancer. The number of things women can say because they're funded to abuse children, because little nons, child abusing, parasitic paedophile men stand behind the funding of these feminist charities. And in every one of your wee secret society fake brothers, they will always blame you the same as every other false allegation. You have to shake off false allegations. There's no such thing as innocence. Especially innocence until you're proven guilty. Not if you're a man and father. I go to the butchers. My brother was a butcher. Go to the butchers. Well done, Mr. McEwen. I do know the McEwens very well. Anthony's one of my very good friends, the rug man. We used to play football and tennis together. I know all his family. And right now, what's going on in my town is possibly happening in yours. There's very similar things. Families are falling apart. Hatred is pushed. Ignorance is what is sought out. I was told not to speak up for myself, and this was by one of the nurses. You know, she's afraid to speak out because right now, you know, the African and Indian nurses walking around the streets, they're working for they're slaves. They're slaves in this country. They're pushed on 5-year contracts with money that can only leave them in positions where they are penniless at the end of every payment date. Their children, these African children, are being taken off the mothers that are out working for 18 hours a day while they're getting paid pennies. And at the end of every month, they can't afford the basics. They can't afford the basics. And I know that some of these African women are crying and they're getting told that they're getting pushed from a 5-year contract into another additional 10 years. Now, I couldn't care less about the people coming across in their wee boats, killing themselves to get here. The Catholic Church and all of these wee buildings you call religion fund that. And the Catholic Church all own all of these wee religions. The Pope's in charge. He's the man holding the the magic wand. I don't know what these popes hold, but it's not something decent. It's not something you want in your life. It's a Christmas message. If you've got family, no matter how bad you feel about them, no matter the hatred you have for them, going to go and tell them you're sorry, you love them, and you hope that they can forgive you. Going to just say, listen, I'm sorry, I love you, and I hope one day you can forgive me because I know I've made mistakes. Because the person you're speaking to, they're not innocent. They've made mistakes. But what we're finding in these communities, most people can't admit to any faults that they've ever had, and they'll never say sorry. These people are the ones that are the good people, yeah? The righteous. The ones that are already with God, lowercase g. You sinners out there, you failures, you horrible people that know you're horrible, the people that want to change and help the children and stop the beating and stop fighting amongst yourselves and help our community. I want my brothers to come and say, I love you. I tell my mum, please tell my brothers that I love them every day. Any day I see my mum, because I don't see her every day because her family's so dysfunctional and broken. And for me to say that, it's like, oh, you're saying we're dysfunctional and broken because we're dysfunctional and broken. Because society's set up to make families dysfunctional and broken. You might have brothers or sisters in your family that think they're better than you, and they're your brothers. You might have brothers in your family that ignore you, not just ignore, but block you. And these are the things we're going to have to stop. I love your accent as well. RC6065. My son didn't understand English. My son wasn't taught English. My daughter was, because she had so much time with me. Her English was perfect. It was a high level English. Her granny hated, the Polish granny, Babcia, she hates my son and daughter being able to communicate with me. So she would beat that out of them. And you support child abusing beasts. You fund child abusing beasts. Scotland is full of child abusing beasts. The UK government is full of paedophile protecting child abusing beasts. And fathers, and I know a good friend of mine, PT, he's just been put in this position, and I'll make an appeal: do not go near her, because she's not what you fell in love with. She puts herself first, and she puts your children to the back of the queue. Lots of love to Canada. I'm half English, half Scottish, okay. I'm half English, half Scottish, half Irish. I'm sure there's some Italian in there. I'm sure there's some Bangladeshi in there as well. A big shout out to Degan, my Bangladeshi friend that worked with in Australia. Degant. Hard working fellow. He left a whole community of Bangladeshi men to come and work for me. The guy from Steps, you know, the gay guy from Steps, his brother was working for me as well. The gay guy from Steps, forget his name, H's brother was working for my crappy company in Australia, and then he spoke about how crap the company and job was. So whenever I speak about how great my company was, it's only because I built it and created it. It's only because I put a lot of work into that. But there's nothing that you care more about than your children, than your family, than those you love. And I'm trying to let you know that Matthew, my son, who just turned 8 years old last week, I've still not got a picture. I've not got to see him. I've not got to hug him. I've not got to see him in real life. Family dynamics, the Bible tells you, is for all families to be broken. And it's an internal thing. It's like you're taught it on your TV programming to be ignorant to one another, to ignore the safety of children, because see, if you say anything, you're going to get in trouble. If you say a thing, you'll get in trouble. If you protect children, you will get in trouble. Because right now in Poland, Gorzów Wielkopolski, this used to be called Landsberg, Nazi Germany. And the fascist Nazis here, they fund the known child abductors. They fund the Nazi fascist child abuser, and they call a man and father like myself, they call me the problem. So I understand why my brothers block me. I understand why my best friends turn their back on me. I understand why my family, which is supposed to be stood with me and stood by my children, turn their back at Christmas time. They're more interested in getting presents for them, peace for them. They don't care about the abuse of children. On that note, Merry Christmas, everyone. That's right. No matter what I speak about, we always have little vile freaks changing the note of safety for children, because we need to celebrate today. We need to celebrate, and my happiness is more important than your children's safety. I know. My own brothers and family make eyes at me when I talk about this. They stare at me as if I'm saying and doing the wrong thing, because my family get pulled up for me having a voice. I get pulled up in my own town for having a voice because I stand against my local community. The council, East Renfrewshire Council, and a charity called what's the charity? The charity that's supposed to assist Scottish people, because it doesn't. Scottish Aid. Right now we are funding illegal child abusing women lady rapists from other backgrounds, not from our country, and we're bringing them into this country and we're saying men are abusive to women, while we bring in men that rape kids, kill their own sisters from different communities. I never seen that in my community when I was young, but I heard about it in other places. Now we're bringing them in here and complaining that women are being abused while we fund violent, abusive women. You absolute fools. Oh no, but Merry Christmas, let's go under some mistletoe and kiss. Let's have children feel safe, especially when it's Christmas time and they've got both safe, loving parents. How can a safe, loving parent abduct? How can a safe, loving parent call the other parent a rapist? How can a safe, loving parent keep a child away from knowing a father? That's what we back up. That's what we fund. While families are breaking and we're talking about, oh look, no, but let's just forget about all the bad stuff and eat dodgy food and be really happy and two-faced at Christmas. Exactly, you're being so two-faced. I understand your anger. It's messed up there. I don't know, this looks like anger. I'm pissed off at the fact that you're willing to ignore child abuse. You keep the men that I know, the hard men, they keep their mouths shut because they're propped up by these wee paedophiles in every single town. Do you know why the feminists keep their mouths shut? Because they're propped up and paid. Do you know why your family keep their mouths shut? Because paedophilia pays them money. Men like me are hated because I come and speak about it openly. I see big guys from my town, guys that I've grown up with, hard men. Men that were alcoholics till they were 38, 40-year-old and then fell off balconies and still survived. Fools. Idiots. And right now that goes for the whole lot of us. We're all idiots. We're fools. We're funding the downfall of children while these little effeminate, bully women abuse children. We're funding these little feminist bullies. And any one of you men out there who's had a woman talk back to you and she's a little nasty, sour sweetie, you know, it's just like, I don't hurt you because I'm a gentleman. And I could really tear you to pieces, and I don't, and I've never hurt any man, woman or child because I'm a gentleman. But I can be called a woman beater, I can be called a rapist and have these used against me. I'm not innocent. And I'm not saying that by, oh, I think that might happen. It's happened. I was thrown in a jail as a terrorist in Poland. I was called a terrorist. Did I have family and friends come and see how I was? No, I wasn't allowed to tell them. And on top of that, they all block my number. They block me. Oh, I can see why you're angry. I can see why you're this and that. My children have been abused and they know the abuser. The woman who abducted, we won the abduction case and she said, yes, I lied about him being a rapist. That's who we fund. That's who we fund. We fund child abusing liars. And then we say, oh, I understand why you're angry. You know what? I don't understand why any of these people don't help. I don't understand why my children are left in a position where they've been abused, and I've got two older brothers and the two of them block my number. They block my number. They block me. They block me. I've never hurt them. They know as brothers that I've never hurt them. And even as a brother, I can take the worst thing that happened to us between brothers. I nearly drowned as a child, and I remember both Matthew and Chris, these two here, my brothers, they held me against a wall at one point and they made me stop breathing and pass out because everyone used to do that in school. We used to hyperventilate and push the chests. Now I was the guinea pig because I'm the youngest, so I was used for that. I would hope at this point they would decide to use some love and respect from our childhood to save these two kids who might be doing silly things that we used to do as children. Because these two children, my son now 8, my daughter now 12, they're still young. They're young. And for years I've been left in this position. Years I've been left in this position. Years my son and daughter have been abused. And you know, with the Jesuits, it's 6 years of abuse, and that's exactly what they've tried to do. The Jesuits rape and abuse children's mind, and you need to know that their entire family are awash with Jesuit, and it's the Jana Pavla II church in Gorzów Wielkopolski that is abusing children. They hide paedophiles in the local area. The very same as we do in this area here. We do the very same here. My children are across there with their abuser. My children have to live with their abuser. Now go back and look at a few of the videos where my daughter or son's talking about, when I tell them, tell mummy you love her and say hello, she never said that about daddy. She never said, tell daddy you love him and give him a call. She says, daddy's the one that raped and abused me, so you must hate half of who you are. My children know I've never hurt them or their mother. In fact, my children will know I've never hurt anyone, the same as my brothers know. Does that mean I've not got a big mouth? This is huge. This will get you in trouble and me in trouble, but do you know what? See anybody that's willing to speak to me, come ahead! I'm losing it. And I'm losing it because you allow child abuse. The two fake wee men, they allow child abuse and they ignore their brother. Ignore them. Christmas, New Year, birthday, doesn't make a difference. I'm to blame. My children are to blame. Good on you. The TV's going to have you sitting in front of each other with your family and friends while you all think you're better. You're sitting there and you're judging one another, because that's what we are. We're a judgmental, horrible, broken society. All of us. Your family isn't any good. You're going to sit there in a pretentious manner, because women are pretentious. That's what we fund. Pretentiousness, lies, cheating, abuse. Females who abuse. And do you know what? See, the females that don't abuse, they get angry when men pull abusers up, because they're like, wait a minute, I don't abuse and I'm a woman. Men face this every single day. Men are put on as rapists, as women beaters, as abusers. I'm not saying men don't beat women. I'm saying it's the only thing that's pushed on your TV set. It's the only thing you're going to hear. I was beaten up. I had both my teeth smashed out and both my eyes smashed open by a woman. Now, I've never lifted my hands like that to any woman in my entire life, any child, and she is abusing children, and she beat me up and she called me a rapist. You said you quite like that. Oh no, but it's a Polish woman. Polish women are generally very good strippers, so we like going to strip clubs. So we'll let her off. We'll let any child abusing strip her away with anything. And if it's a little homosexual child abuser, we'll let him away as well. If it's a little Freemasonic Catholic cult member that abuses kids, we'll let them as well. But if they're a strong man and father that holds family together, we need to break him. If you're a strong man and father, you're broken. And if you're not broken, we're coming after you. We're coming after you. And every single thing you'll see on TV, it's effeminate little boy men. And all of you need to stand up and go, oh, but he's so nice. No, they're making men effeminate. They're making men homosexual. They're making men like little girls. And men this Christmas need to stand up. You don't need presents. You don't need gifts. You need to be there for your family. You just need to stand up and be part of this. The same as my children need. These two need to be with me. They deserve to know me. They deserve to love and understand me. And for those saying, oh, Mohammed's coming after your missus, I hope that makes sense. My family's multicultural, whatever that means. All in, mixed up. 24th, we celebrated, when I lived in Colombia, we celebrated the 24th. When I lived in Poland, we celebrated the 24th. As I'm in Scotland, I've got no reason to ever celebrate anything, because this country and Police Scotland assisted in the abduction. After the fact that she had her passport removed, Police Scotland assisted in the abduction. Why? Because a funded feminist charity called Women's Aid, Edinburgh Women's Aid, received so much funding from the Scottish Government to abduct a child and call a man a rapist. That was normal. So this Christmas, you could have your children abducted and you could be called a rapist if you're a man or father. And do you know what? No one will be there for you. you're going to be guilty. If you've never hurt anyone in your life, you're going to be thrown in a prison cell and you're going to be called a rapist. And you're going to spend the rest of your day losing your job, losing your house, losing everything you've ever worked for. And in 10 years' time, you might look as bad as this. If you're still alive, that is, you might look like this. You might have to face these comments every day, while at the same time, not one of your family phone you. Not one of your family reach out to you. Christmas, New Year, birthdays, your kids. Not one family member reaches out and says, you know what, Joseph, I still love you. I'm sorry. I believe you. I believe in you. And I know you're going to be with your kids one day. Not one. Not one friend. Not one family member. Not one person from any charity. Not one person. So if you're a man and father, you need to know that no one's there for you this Christmas. No one is there for you. No one. I can show you my kids, and it doesn't matter that they were abducted from here. No one cares. While during the abduction taking place, even though they were abducted already, no one cares. It's up to you whether I don't need people to believe my words. I'm not asking you to believe me, but I think it's just an act of kindness when people reach out and go, do you know what, I do believe what you're saying, because I can feel your words. I'm not just listening to the dulcet tones of your fantastic wee Scottish Glaswegian accent, but I'm actually listening to some of those words. I can read your ho-ho-hos and everything else, and the trouble is that we fund the ho-ho-hos. That is the trouble. That's who we fund. We fund child abusing ho-ho-hos, and that's what Santa Claus is all about this year. It's all about getting dirty, ruining your family, making sure that your children feel worthless and in danger. That's what we've done over the last 15, 20 years. Children mean nothing to us, and we can't see that they're our future. That's your problem. It's your problem. Why? Because you're watching far too much programming on your TV sets. Your TV set's programming you. Purple burglar alarm. My mum doesn't have a burglar alarm, so anybody that wants to come round here and break in, they can do that. Alright, Josie? Come here, no bother. My mum's worried because I say this stuff live to you guys on there. But at the same time, she's the only member of the family that's willing to sit in my presence. She's the only one that will tell me that she loves me still. She's the only one that will still financially, emotionally, she's there for me. It doesn't mean we don't argue. It doesn't mean I don't like her sometimes and she doesn't like me sometimes. That's called a relationship. The hate going on amongst families, the bitterness that you have held up inside your little bitter feminist, effeminate soul, you're going to lose that. You're going to lose your soul. Who's he on about? I'm on about my children. My children were abducted. You can go back and watch. There's over 1,000 videos. And I understand that people can come on and they want a wee Christmas fiddle early in the morning. Maybe you've got someone fantastic lying beside you right now. That person's willing to steal what you have. They would take what you've got and go away and get rid of your body. Maybe not. Maybe they're nice. Maybe you love one another. I know you deserve it. I deserve a bit of love. My kids deserve peace and love. What's going on? My name's Joseph Day. I'm in Glasgow, Barrhead, East Renfrewshire, all the same place. My children were abducted. I can't really find it in myself to stop doing things like this. I don't want to come on and speak on YouTube about these things. Joseph needs a job. Yeah, just like you. What are you the employed to say Joseph needs a job until the 24th of December? Ball bag. Dude keeps something. Yous are all able to have your own opinion, but I don't think, for most of you, I don't think you have a brain in your head to actually think through. I know there's some nice men out there, and I know there's a handful of beautiful women out there. And when I say a handful of men and women, I know that you put your children first. That's what I mean. I mean that you put your children first. It's not about your pleasure at that very precise moment. I keep getting love going up, pouring up the side of the screen, so I don't worry about your nasty wee words. Who abducted them? Her name was Kasia, my ex-partner. She was a violent child abusing liar, but I was in love with a violent child abusing liar, so I need to accept responsibility. I believed that women were sugar and spice and all things nice from childhood. I was always taught that. I was always shown that. From my mother to my very first girlfriend, I always seen women as being effeminate and soft and nice, and you had to take care of them up until I get a Polish child abuser who would beat me, call me a rapist, abduct and hurt our own children, and then she would be funded and assisted, and she would be called a loving mother. It's like, how can women be so abusive and still get that, while a man can actually be a loving, caring human being and not considered? In fact, he's considered a rapist. That's what you're considered, a rapist and woman beater. Go! Prove you're not that. Prove you're not a woman beater and rapist before we even allow you out of the prison cell, so you can make your first steps into getting your children back. How much you got? Hundreds of thousands? We'll get rid of that from your coffers in the next year, 2 years. You'll be penniless. So I'm saying to you, PT mate, don't give them a penny. Don't pay for lawyers. They can drag you through the courts. As long as you have something, they have a way to get that something from you, my friend. And if you're not PT and you're just another man and you're having your children taken away, don't fight with money. Don't fight with money. They will drain you. They will take everything from you. They'll leave you in a position where you're coming to your mum in 10 years' time begging for money, where 10 years prior you were handing out money as if it was going out of fashion and it would never run out. Doesn't mean you still didn't borrow. Didn't mean you still didn't go for the cheaper holidays or the cheaper deal. For those saying, what is this guy going on about? I question why you're watching me on Christmas Eve. I question why, like, the last 500 people have been coming on and watching that. I wouldn't watch this. And if I was on watching this, I would listen very carefully, because there's nothing there to watch. So I need to make sure I listen to that person that looks a bit stupid. He's got a big white 90-year-old woman's haircut, and he really wants to make sure that you and your family and your children, you have a better Christmas. Not this fake, let's get some Christmas crackers and every present we want and open them and start feeling jealous of one another while we pack our faces full of highly processed foods and oils. Not that I've not done that today. I'm Scottish, I'm from Glasgow. I eat a lot of high processed foods and oils, but I try not to. I can't afford my linseed oil, it's £20 a bottle at the moment. I can't afford to buy that right now. So normally I do the Budwig protocol every day. I've not done the Budwig protocol for over a week now. But I still eat my Greek yogurt. I still make sure there's linseeds. I eat my sardines for my vitamin D3. I've noticed the sun's come out, so I mean, you can be looking at the sun and get your vitamin D3, and if you don't look at the sun and have vitamin D3, the number one food source for vitamin D3 is sardines, and I would recommend 3 to 5 cans of sardines per week. But while I'm recommending good food, I would also recommend at least 5 cups of lentils per week, maybe in some soup. It's up to you. I make a nice broth. Maybe you're Indian, you make a nice dal. Send some across to me, my pal. Yeah, we need to be taking the uncomfortable route. For those that are still here, there's a couple of minutes left. We need to take an uncomfortable route in life. We don't want the convenience factor anymore. Convenience is killing us. I don't know what it is, but we've started coughing in here, so COVID might be on the rise and centre way in Barhead, oh no. So be careful, put your masks on. If you have to take any of these crazy shots, take as many as you can. Fill your blood up with as much shit as possible, because this Christmas there's a fair chance you're going to die, because your children, they've been put at the back of the queue. And if you listen to me, we're going to help you, we're going to help your family, and we're going to help your children. I'm not doing it for you specifically. I'm doing it for mine, and I'm doing it because I do love you. I do love you. I respect my family. I love my mum and dad. I miss my dad so much. My mum's still here, but she's not that wee smiling teenager. Although I'm sure deep inside she is that wee smiling teenager. Brothers, I've got a sty in my eye. We've all got clothes that don't fit properly. And what I'm wearing here, him and him, they used to wear the year before. That's how we operated. We operated in hand-me-downs. You can see, we have love and we are brothers, and I hope one day we get back to being brothers that have love for one another. It's Christmas, it's New Year. I've got my own family, that's the boys I grew up with. I love them, Matthew and Chris. Love them so much so that their names creeped across to my own children. What's in here creeped across to my own children. What's in their heart creeped across to my own children. Now, although we don't speak an awful lot and they might have blocked my name and number, deep down they love me, and whenever they see me they're going to feel guilty and want to cuddle me, because I'm going to feel guilty and want to cuddle them next time I see them. But the thing is, when I see my cousins, it's the very same. Ignorance to one another. Unless it's Anton. Since he was born, my cousin's always been there. The same place. In my heart, I mean. So thank you, it was nice to see you last night and catch up with you. Anyway, take care today. This isn't going to happen very often. Maybe you wouldn't want this to happen very often. But I don't have money on my phone. I didn't send gifts and all big presents for my children. Every year I've sent them, they came back. If you're a father, I know what it feels like not to know. I know what it's like not to have your son turn 8 years old, and then next week it's Christmas, and never ever get even so much as a picture. I know what that feels like. My son knows what it feels like not to have his father show up and care for him. And all our lives, that's what she prefers my son and daughter to think. It's murder. I just seen your taggart comment. Well, it's murder. There's been a murder. Merry Christmas. I hope the oxygen concentrator breakdown service noise hasn't been getting to you. I don't know why there's more and more people coming on here. Maybe people aren't doing these. Aye, mate. Merry Christmas. Sad. I like Bob Mortimer. I think he's funny. I think Bob Mortimer's funny as well. But we can crow the dove from above, remember? The crowing the dove from above. That's a Catholic thing, by the way. The dove is the Holy Spirit and the Trinity. See, because God is not just God, he's also a dove and some other thing. Crazy religion. Crazy religion. Anyway, whatever you do believe in, I'm sorry if I've gone against that, but be there for your children. Don't grieve the spirit inside you, because you know when you're going to do it. Those things that you think, I shouldn't do that, don't do them. Just don't do them. Like abducting children, don't do them. Like calling your ex-partner a rapist, don't do that. Like beating your ex-partner and then saying he beat you, no, don't do that. Telling your children to hate half of who they are because you don't like your ex-partner, no, don't do that. I'm sure there's lots of other things, but she's such a nice, beautiful woman. I want to say Happy Christmas to the mother of my children in Babja, to the Jadek, to Uncle Pavel, to all their friends and family. I hope you repent. I hope you say sorry. Because you're going to suffer if you don't. Very soon you're going to suffer. Kasha, I was in love with you. And 3 times I forgave you. 3 times. And I know you've said every possible nasty thing. Matthew and Dazeva, they deserve us both. And they deserve a break from you and your family. And I don't mean that to sound bad, but you're frightening. Poland, Gorzów Wielkopolski, you're frightening. You're fascist, Catholic child abusers, protecting the wrong type of people. And you could so easily be nice human beings. You could so easily be that human. I'm not human. I don't get any of those rights. Matthew and Eva deserve them. Marek, I'm reaching out to you as Jadek. Marek, as Jadek, You need to take responsibility with these children, because these women are violent and abusive and dishonest. I wish there was a man I could turn to. I wish there was someone I could turn to. Right now, Scotland's not there for me. Poland is just a fascist, Nazi, child abusing country. But my family's turned their back, and I asked them this Christmas and this year, bring me back into the fold. I'm part of your family. Matthew and Ava deserve your help. And you deserve not to feel guilt the way you're racked with guilt. And if you're not racked with guilt, something's broken inside of you. I'm sure there's many wee Christmas messages that you can get that are a lot better than mine this Christmas. If you've got family there, don't hold resentment. Don't be false in front of them. And if you've made any arguments or mistakes in the past, forgive each other and give each other a hug. Forgive each other and give each other a hug. I'm sorry. I love you. I hope one day you can forgive me. Matthew, Ava, I should be in Poland right now. But I'm a coward. And I don't have any pennies to get there. Merry Christmas. I love you so much. Matthew, Ava, family,